Welcome back to Healthy Mindspace TV. I'm Mike Grant. Take a deep breath. You're exactly where you need to be. For years, I told myself, I'm just not a morning person. I tried alarms. I tried productivity hacks. I tried fixing my routine over and over again. But I always ended up back in the same cycle, hitting snooze, feeling guilty, wondering why discipline felt so hard. Then I realized something that changed everything. I didn't have a discipline problem. I had an identity problem. And once I changed the way I saw myself, waking up early started to feel natural. Today, I want to show you the identity system and how it can help you align your daily habits with your future self. What kept me stuck wasn't laziness. It was the story I kept repeating to myself. I'm not a morning person. That identity shaped my actions more than any habit tracker ever could. Because when you believe something about yourself, your behavior starts to match it. So even when I wanted a better routine, I was still acting from an old self-image. The real shift happened when I stopped trying to force a routine and started building a new identity. There are 3 layers of behavior change. The first is outcomes. That's the results you want. Waking up earlier, getting healthier, being more productive. These are the goals we chase, the visible results of our effort. The second is processes. Those are the habits and systems you use to get there. Processes are the engines that drive your habits. They are the daily actions and steady rhythms that lead to the result. But the deepest layer is identity. That's the belief you hold about who you are. It is the core of your change. Most people focus on outcomes and processes, but lasting change starts with identity. Changing your results without changing your identity is temporary. If you still see yourself as the same person, old habits will always pull you back. Lasting change is an internal shift first. Some mornings I still don't feel like getting up early, but now I don't make that mean I've failed. I just focus on protecting the identity. Even if I don't have the perfect morning, I still do something small that reinforces who I'm becoming. That's the difference. I no longer ask, do I feel motivated? I ask, what would a morning person do next? That question changes everything, because discipline starts to feel less emotional and more automatic. So here's what I want you to do. Identify one limiting identity you've been carrying. Maybe it's, I'm not disciplined. Maybe it's, I'm always inconsistent. Or, I'm bad at sticking to routines. And notice this, the more you repeat those stories, the more they start to feel true. They shape your choices. They lower your standards. They make you question yourself before you even begin. You start living like the label is permanent. Like your past mistakes get to define you, but they don't. You can challenge that story. You can stop agreeing with it. You can choose a new belief that gives your power back. Now flip that story. Say, I am disciplined. I am consistent. I am someone who follows through. That new statement becomes the identity you start voting for every single day. Next, make the habit so small that it becomes easy to repeat. If your new identity is, I am a morning person, your first win might simply be getting out of bed when the alarm rings. If your identity is, I am a writer, write 1 sentence. If your identity is, I am fit, do 2 minutes of movement. And this part matters. Small habits help you keep your power. Because when the step is small, you don't need to rely on a perfect mood. You don't need a burst of motivation. You don't need the whole day to go right. You just need one honest action. That's what makes it sustainable. It keeps you from making the process feel heavy. It keeps you from turning growth into pressure. And it teaches you that consistency is not about doing the most. It's about staying in control of the promise you made to yourself. Small wins matter because they create evidence, and evidence strengthens belief. The more proof you give yourself, the more natural that new identity becomes. If you've been struggling with discipline, maybe you don't need more pressure. Maybe you need a new identity. Because pressure can force action for a little while. But identity is what stays with you when motivation fades. Identity is what helps you keep your power when your emotions shift, when old habits call you back, and when progress feels slower than you hoped. It reminds you that one hard day does not erase who you are becoming. It reminds you that you do not have to surrender your future to your past, and that matters. Because the real win is not just waking up early or building a habit or having one good week. The real win is becoming someone who can trust themselves, someone who can fall, reset, and still move forward. Start with one belief. Support it with one small action. and keep casting votes for the person you want to become. Because every vote matters, every choice matters, and every small act of alignment is a way of taking your power back. Comment below, what identity are you casting a vote for today? If this message spoke to you, take a moment to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. This is Healthy Mind Space TV. I'm Mike Grant. I'll see you in the next one. One step at a time, one thought at a time.